Hi, Chelsea and I are back here again today to discuss more issues about adoption that we hope you'll find interesting. Chelsea, of course, herself is a birth mom, and if you saw our first segment, you know about how she struggled with her decision. And today I wanted to ask her why she chose to go with an agency instead of placing independently.
When considering adoption, I knew that I absolutely needed to feel supported. And so when considering choosing an agency versus going independently, I had interviewed a family independently that my family knew through their church, and they were a wonderful family. And I had also interviewed a family through the agency that I was working with. I knew that through the agency they could provide me with lifelong services, that they could be a mediator if needed between me and the family, and that they could provide me with counseling services and specific resources that I might have needed during that time. So ultimately I chose the agency because I felt that I needed an advocate for me. And while I know that going other routes can work for some people, I just felt that I had more services and that I had somebody there that was going to be supporting me after I did my adoption and not just during that time.
What about the screening part? Because if you go independently, it's possible that no screening's been done.
Right. That was a huge factor for me, is wanting to make sure that the family I was choosing had all of the education and the training that they needed to care for a child, but also they had safe backgrounds, and that they were good people to be around, and that they had gone through a pretty extensive process. This was a big deal, and this was my child, and I needed to feel safe, and I needed to know that my child was going to be safe. So yeah, the agency, showed me even some of the ways that they screened their families to make sure that they were prepared and that they were ready, and that they were excited to bring a child into their home, and that they had all the tools and preparation needed in place. And
Okay. I know that sometimes your family or your friends may know someone, or maybe even it's your sister or your aunt who may want to adopt your baby, and we always feel that that can lead to all kinds of problems within the family, but you must have felt that that was a bit too close.
Yeah, so I had a lot of family support regardless of my decision, whether I was going to place or whether I was going to parent. And I had many people that wanted to adopt my baby. It was kind of overwhelming at times, and it felt good that so many people cared. But the thing is with an aunt or with a family friend or somebody wanting to adopt your child, there is always the possibility of that relationship being detrimented by the adoption, or maybe there isn't the exact legal steps taken to ensure that one person or the other actually has custody of the child, and it could get kind of messy. I needed to know that I had chosen a family that I didn't have too much connection to, as far as them being my own family. I didn't want to ruin any relationship that I already had. That makes sense.
Yeah, and we've seen that quite a few times where someone will come who chose a relative or a family friend, and then things fell apart. And so then they came to the agency.
Listening to us today, we hope that our information was helpful to you. Please keep up with the rest of our segments as we continue to answer questions about adoption, as we give you personal experience and perspectives. And please know that you can reach out to us anytime. We're available 24/7. You can reach us via text, email, phone call. We look forward to seeing you next time. Thanks.